Hello. I do Lofi Girl today. Oh, that's loud. That's loud. Okay, there we go. There we go. Konbanwa. Hello, Silva. Hmm. It's funny, I almost played Final Fantasy 14 for stream today, but I couldn't get certain things set up. Hmm. Oh, was that the thing you were telling me about before the Philly and stuff? This, this is louder than I need it to be. Open. There we go. There we go. That's better. Phillian was in orbit around Pluto. Yes. Yeah, you were telling me about that. All right. Got the lo-fi hip-hop radio going. Gotta let people know that I'm live. Oh, someone shared my... Ah. Okay. Phillian was in orbit absolutely around Pluto. Yeah. Oh my gosh, poor Mel. Cotton, I'm sure could deal with it, but poor Mel. Poor Melody. Melody didn't deserve that. Okay. Okay. Like to understand how messed up Philly was. She had started rapping and Cotton goes, "Oh my god, are you Eminem?" And Phil's like, "No, I'm Skittles." That's just good comedic timing. Like there's like a lot that goes into being an entertainer, not just a VTuber, but an entertainer in general, is playing up a situation in order to increase the entertainment value. And uh, Fillion is really good at just being really entertaining because she's such a bundle of energy and chaos. Oh, goodness. Alrighty. I've posted and let people know that I'm live. Okay. Boop-a-doop-a-doop. Alright, here we go. Cool. Ah. Okay. Hello, Okusen. Good to see you. Yeah. Yeah, how was everybody's weekend? I know I had a bit of a silly time this weekend. Like, I wanted to do some stuff for D&D, but I was just so tired on Saturday. And it's funny, I used to have plans for like stuff I was gonna do on Saturday around noonish, but then like lately I've just been so tired that I've done nothing. I've just done absolutely nothing in that time period, like with that time slot, and it's really interesting to see how all of that's panned out. But yeah, we had a fun time on the Sunday night Lancer game, didn't we, Okusen? That was a big ball of chaos and energy. So, it's funny because everything that like not everything, but a big chunk of the stuff that happened on the Sunday night Lancer game was because Okusen requested a little bit more. Yes, Juliana was an alias that Okusen's character used in order to try to escape from a deadly situation. And it was funny because like Okusen was the one who specifically asked for some kind of combat or some kind of action. And normally we've done like really slow plotting kind of like exposition and an RP heavy sessions whenever we're down a player. But like Okusen asked for some action, so I delivered a little bit of action. Gave everybody a mission. And it came together really well. But there was quite the adventure there. So like their mission was they had to assassinate this leader within a corporo state. It wasn't the leader, but he was a local leader. I didn't know what you were doing with that, Okusen. You were going somewhere with that, and I was like, I'm having flashbacks to when you became a leader in the Order of Dragonic Causality. I'm like, is Okusen's character gonna become a gonna usurp a leadership position in HA? And that was just really funny because I'm just wondering, because like with how many people on the ship in your group have like anti-HA sentiments. Yes, the Invisipaint deadline. uh it's funny how that plot point came back to bite y'all. Also, like when because Juno dropped off that person, your target's body right next to a dirt bike track, I gotta think, who's gonna find the body? It'll probably be like the kids from next door who get to use the dirt bike track. Coyotes, oh my gosh. That would be hilarious. Body never gets found because it gets eaten by wild animals. One coworker, you know, one of the security says that they met a mysterious ghost hunter that claims that the boss went to another dimension. Oh my gosh. That's true. You have been learning some stuff about the dimensions and the place of the dead. I just can't believe that like your character, who is so obsessed with always being in their hard suit, always being protected, always having their privacy, um willingly was like, I'm going to get out of my hard suit and put my hard suit onto the unconscious body of the person we're here to assassinate for the sake of the mission, and was just so ready to go for that. Though it will be funny if the campaign goes long enough, because like with the whole thing with like the ghosts and the echo through time, so like the longer you go, the further back certain ghosts can raise up. For the sake of the mission and because they're embarrassed that they forgot the cloak. Okay, I can see that. I can see that. Um But it's very interesting because like I can see a lot of things going very interesting ways. Like if the campaign goes long enough that like some of the people that uh Juno unalived while she was under the control of HA start coming back to haunt her, that could be a huge plot development. The ghosts offer so much plot development. Yeah, that was the solution of what we just needed to tie the plot together in Lancer. Just add ghosts. So do you work tonight, Okusen? Just as ghosts. Yep. Yep, just add ghosts. Hmm. Oh, maybe you should get a nap in before you go to work. You've still got a few hours. It's funny. So like, there's a hole in my bed somewhere. So my bed keeps deflating. And like, I have noticed as the bed has started deflating that when I try to get up and like I am sunk a little bit deeper into my bed, it just becomes so much harder to find the motivation to get up and get out of bed whenever it takes so much more effort to get out of bed because I've sunken into a hole. Like I set my alarm for 6:30 and I kept snoozing my alarm uh uh I kept snoozing my alarm until like 7:45. I have to be up for something. I might be able to sneak in 30 minutes and yeah, that's good. That's at least you have an option somewhere. Okay. All right. Okay. That reminds me. Let me look something up real quick. Do 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 do. Okay. So, it's funny, I've been playing a lot of Final Fantasy XIV recently. It's been taking up a lot of my time. And that's okay, it's been fun. But like, the thing is, because I'm on the free trial, I have limited inventory space. And that makes it super hard to like get into crafting, and I'm really enjoying crafting and I want to do more crafting. Want to do more crafting and gathering and stuff, but like it's really hard to get into that when like I just have so little inventory space. But also, when you're just playing the game using the combat classes, you use little to no inventory space, which is kind of funny. Because you think, oh, gotta have potions, gotta have items, but because the items, because the weapons and armor, even on subscriptions, it's like that. That's funny. Like, I've used up most of my Chocobo saddlebags. I'm not sure if I want to go all in on crafting. I just want to level them up and be able to make stuff. Like, I like being able to make my armor and gear, or at least some of my weapons and tools. And like, I like having my goldsmith leveled up so I can make like the rings and accessories and stuff. Hmm. Like my goldsmith is my highest level class. I think my goldsmith's level, um, I think my goldsmith is level 20, level 38. Hmm. Yeah, I've stopped gathering materials, because I've just been so busy with the main story quests. Yeah, those are the after I unlock those, my goldsmith and my other like crafting classes I was leveling have like skyrocketed in level. It's huge. Um, the leaves and the grand company's turn-ins. It's funny. I'm like, so I was wondering. There's one thing I'm wondering about the grand company, right? I heard in one of the guides I was watching that like at some point in leveling up your grand company or ranking up in your grand company, you'll be able to like have members of your grand company like accompany you as companions in certain dungeons if you're doing them single player instead of always being the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. And I'm just wondering what rank that unlocks. Hey, Nabiru. Because it's funny, I unlocked second flame lieutenant. Okay. That's gonna be the one for me because I'm at the... Okay. Also, what are ventures? Because I've gotten those on doing a couple leaves. The like the silver coin thingies. Oh. Oh, so I've gotten those for a couple, doing a couple leaves, and well, rip me. How was your weekend, Nabiru? What'd you get up to? Gaming with friends? That's cool. You're reading a very odd one. What's the odd one you're reading? Second lieutenant. Okay. Alrighty. I was playing Final Fantasy 14 last night, and I was doing the leveling roulette. And I got the one dungeon that's like in a mansion, and like I got so turned around as we were running around, and there was this one person in there, the tank, who was just like shouting, being like, "Let us go, men and women," and was just like, "We will slay them all," and I'm like, "What are you doing?" And was just like, he was pulling everything, which, I mean, that's fine, that's what tanks do. I was playing healer, and it was just a pain in the butt to keep up with him as he was running ahead of everyone. And then I got turned around because they zigged when I zagged, and then someone had to go back and get me. I'm like, listen, I've done this dungeon like twice, but I did it as tank and I had someone guiding me. Though I hate those things where it's the eyeball and you have to turn your character and camera away so that way you're not facing the eyeball when the effect goes off. Main character kicked from a party, but they are all nice. So he decides to be a lord of his own territory. Everybody is likable, even his former party members. It's so different usual, kicked from a hero party trope like Shield. Yeah. Well, Shield Hero, everyone's an idiot except for the Shield Heroes party. I think it's got to be the camera too. Yeah, Okusen, it is a very it is a very weird mechanic and it's really annoying. That's actually kind of interesting setup, Nabiru. I'm a little bit confused as to why they would go with that trope of being kicked from the hero's party if they're not going to do anything with it. I guess it's nice that everybody is amicable. Maybe it's trying to model the concept that like just because things didn't work out doesn't mean that somebody had to be the bad guy. Sometimes things just don't work out. Could be modeling actual healthy interactions. Egads. A manga showing off healthy social interactions? The horror. Speaking of like city builder stuff, I talked a little bit on the last stream how like my character in my in the D&D game is like buying his own tavern and has to come up with like people to crew it and run it while he's off adventuring. And like I wanted to keep that kind of a secret from the other players in my party, so I was planning to like do that in like side one shots with the DM. While everybody else was off doing their own adventures because they were going to do their adventures as a one shot and then we'd all pick up together. I didn't want to do it this past weekend because it was my DM's birthday and I didn't want to like pile on stuff when, you know, dealing with birthday stuff. And then somebody in the chat was just in our D&D group chat was like, all right, so we're going to pick up and just have us do this, and then we'll pick up with what Drone and Kevin are doing. And I'm like, which is quite funny. And, all right, so I have to decide what I'm going to do. So, like, I'm not about tonight, not about the stream. I know what I'm doing for the stream. I'm doing writing because I want to keep up my writing. It's funny how easily I'm influenced. I had a comment on my last writing stream where someone's like, yo, keep up the writing. And I'm like, you know, that was nice. And, but I have to be at a doctor's appointment tomorrow morning at 8:30 in the morning, right? And I have to decide, do I want to go to bed like right after stream? Like finish stream, do a couple things, and then go right to bed, like eat and go right to bed? Or do I want to stay up all night, go to the doctor's office, then when I come back from the doctor's office, then go to bed? Go to bed after stream? Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, Silva. Hmm. Well, I know. Oh my gosh, Nabe. No, I don't do sleep streams. That reminds me of that meme I saw where someone's like, some like big financial guru was like, if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, then you'll be working till you die. And then like the next panel was an image of somebody doing a sleep stream where someone made like $16,000 doing a stream where people could pay to wake them up with a noise. And while they were sleeping for an entire night. And they made like $16,000. And it's such a funny meme. Because like I've had days where I didn't go to bed till like 7:30, 8 o'clock, right? I normally don't go to bed till like 5 or 6 in the morning. But like in order to be awake for this, I have to be waking up at like 7:30 because I have to walk to the doctor's office. So I have to leave the house by at least 8 in order to get there by 8:30. Anyway, let's get around to the writing part of tonight's stream. See, that's really like that's really funny. It's really funny and very poignant coming from you, Okusen, about like it's always better to sleep sooner than later, because I feel like as someone who works night shift, you know better than most about like the difficulties of sleeping at weird hours. Well, see, all right, Nabiru, we're talking about practicing waking up early days before the appointment. I thought this appointment was canceled, which is really funny. So like originally this appointment was scheduled for September 2nd. I got a phone call, said the appointment was canceled and had to be rescheduled. And then at some point that I don't remember, the appointment got rescheduled for tomorrow, the 12th. I wouldn't make fun of... Okay, I debated making fun of you, Okusen, but I realized that that wouldn't be very nice. And... I didn't mean to make fun of you, Okusen. I was gonna make a joke, but I realized that, like, that would be a really mean-spirited joke. And I'm like, that's not really what I'm about. Because it goes both ways. Like, while you may have bad sleep habits, you feel the effects of that. Those bad sleep habits really hard. So like it goes both ways. You know what it means to have those to have those rough sleeping habits. Well, I didn't want to make fun of you this time. But so, okay. I thought I got, so I thought the appointment got scheduled for like tomorrow, right? And then I thought I got another phone call like a week ago that said the appointment was canceled. So I'm like, oh, well, gotta call and reschedule that. And then I got a call today that said, hey, here's a reminder, you have an appointment tomorrow morning. And I'm like, and I missed the call, but I saw the voicemail. So then I called them back and I was like, wait a minute, I thought this was canceled. They're like, person was like, no, I just called you and I just left a voicemail telling you that it's going to be tomorrow. Yes, Mandela effect phone calls. Exactly. We're in another dimension. But yeah, so I had to deal with that. Anyway, I got charged a bunch of money for a no-show a few months ago, but the appointment was scheduled at the same time as one of their meetings, so I couldn't get in when I showed up. Oh my gosh, did you ever get that fixed, Okusen? Or did you end up having to pay that? I remember you mentioned that. And that you had to like convince them that like okay. Oh my gosh, that's so frustrating, Okusen. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that. There's this doctor YouTuber, Dr. Gockenflocken, I think, who has been doing this thing of 30 days of healthcare, where for the last few days and up until like it was gonna be, he's gonna do it once a day for 30 days. He's gonna do shorts and videos that are pointing out horrible things about the American healthcare system, making jokes about them in order to be like educational jokes to educate people on how they on what's going on. Oh, you love his stuff? Okay, so I got the name right. Okay. I was worried. I was like, did I get the name right? Something. Anyway, let's get around to writing. That's the point of tonight's stream. All right. Come on. There we go. Cool. Oh, it's impressive that I got it? Okay. I was just pulling it up from memory. Yeah, Glocken Flecken. Glocken. Oh, I missed the first two of the 30 of the 30 days of healthcare. I have to watch those later. But yeah, he does really great stuff with like making fun of the eccentricities and horrible things that happen in healthcare. Oh my gosh. So you know what I watched today? This will be the last thing I say before we delve into more writing, right? There is this YouTube channel. I don't know anything about the YouTube channel, but they have been uploading oh don't okay, Nabiru. Okay, Nabiru. Anyway, there's this YouTube channel, Film Rise Television, that has been uploading full episodes of the original Iron Chef. And like in the English dub. And it is, I watched one of those today from like season 4, and it was so interesting to watch again because I grew up watching Iron Chef. And when I was reading the comments, it looks like there's like an entire generation of people that like an entire group of people that like grew up doing like watching Iron Chef, and like they tried to bring Iron Chef over here with Iron Chef America, but it didn't have the same flair. Yeah, the OG, yes. Um, but the like the I get that it's essentially a game show. It is essentially a game show. But like the lore and the whole thing about like a mysterious millionaire, billionaire, whatever, invested his fortune in creating Cooking Stadium because he wanted to taste new tastes and sounds. That's not really what happened. That's, at least it's probably not really what happened. It's, you know, someone was like, "Hey, let's make a show, and let's put together a cooking stage and have a cooking stadium." But like the lore behind it of some eccentric yeah, it is very much like an anime. It plays out like a live action anime. It plays out like everything Food Wars wanted to be. Not that Food Wars is bad. I just think Food Wars goes a bit crazy with their parts. Mhm. I also think it's funny that for the English dub, they got dub voices for everyone except the chairman. The chairman, they still have speaking in his natural voice and being subbed. So it's almost like we couldn't find a voice for the chairman, so we just let the chairman be himself. It just adds to the mystique and the lore. Cutthroat Kitchen. I feel like uh I I feel like it's a thing where the uh whatchamacallit, a lot of cooking shows really got the like really were inspired by Iron Chef. I think Iron Chef really inspired a lot of the cooking media. Okay. I'm getting distracted. I blame Nabiru. Somehow all of this is Nabiru's fault. I don't know how, but it's somehow all Nabiru's fault. Alton Brown forces chefs to gamble their prize money, make them use random objects to cut with, tiny kitchen, tiny tools, using weird ingredients like crusts of apple pie or gas station to make pizza. That's just weird. Gas station sandwiches to make pizza? That's really bizarre. All right, let's get to the writing. Okay. I'm on chapter 11. So chapter 11 is fun and games. You bet your prize money to sabotage other contestants. That feels like it's not really about the cooking. Like there was this whole air of stuff in Iron Chef where like the entire goal was to taste flavors never before tasted before, to create dishes that had never been created before in their own unique styles, and to push culinary technique to push culinary techniques in new directions. There was an Iron Chef kids show? I know there was Iron Chef America. Like, wasn't like Bobby Flay in that or something? Alright, so we're doing chapter 11. My description for chapter 11 is at some point he starts to relax his new leadership position. And lets his guard down. He starts to enjoy some of the benefits of leadership, like better food, actually knowing what's going on. Starts to get let go of the tension that defined his new world, and let people who support him make him feel better. He accepts their gifts and praises and starts spending more time with the people from the outpost who see him as a prophet. He kind of lets it all go to his head. So that's where we're going. Okay. I've seen some stuff with Gordon Ramsay where like that thing where he's like, oh dear, oh my, and he's like comforting a flustered and overwhelmed kid in a kitchen thingy, but I don't know what that was about. Also, having a cooking show with kids just sounds like a terrible plan. Okay. Okay. Like letting, like, how old are these kids? Like, are they like teenagers at least? Like, I figure teenagers can have some understanding of kitchen safety. Okay, so that's not terrible. Okay, come on, let's focus. They look very young. Mhm. Well, I mean, they're like 12 to 15. Like they are very young, but like being in that teenage means that they have the capability of following direction. No, it's fine, Okusen. I always enjoy your input. Gotta figure out what I want to do here. The entire one of the points of doing this stream, a writing stream tonight, was because I realized, sure. According to my outline for this chapter, I want it to be fun. This is fun and games. At some point, the main character starts to relax into his new leadership position. He lets his guard down. He starts to enjoy some of the benefits of leadership, like better food and actually knowing what's going on. He starts to let go of the tension that seemed to define his world in chapter 10. And he starts letting the people who support him make him feel better. He accepts their gifts and praises and starts spending more time with the people from the outpost who see him as a prophet, and kind of lets it all get to his head. So this is going to be a difficult chapter to write, because this is one of those ones where you have to intentionally write the main character doing something dumb. And in this instance, it is the main character is going to be like, whereas in chapter 10 he was overwhelmed with tension and stress and all of these feelings of inadequacy at the thought of being in this new leadership position, and all of the things that he thought were going to work, finding out that they didn't work, and so he ended up with nothing but stress and trouble, and he got none of the benefits he was hoping for. And then chapter 11 flips that around a little bit and has him start to lean into that. And this starts to set up for chapter 12, which is where the other shoe drops. In chapter 12, it's going to be at some point the goodwill starts to like wear down a little bit, and the people that he rescued will start in chapter 12 asking him more questions that he doesn't have answers to. And start asking these questions about why he has certain things, he gets certain things, and they don't. And that tension starts to come back in chapter 12, and he has to take some time to be introspective and confront how different his world is. And that's where chapter 12 is a juxtaposition to confront the differences between where his world is now versus where it was in chapter 1. So that's what that is. So like chapter 11 is the fun and games chapter. Mm-hmm. So at this point, he's just, let me just skim over this. Okay. He was meeting with Ben, one of the leaders of the rebellion. I didn't give anyone like ranks and things because, one, I don't know how ranks work. Like, I don't know anything about military ranks, and I feel like um a relatively informal and desperate group like the rebels, who don't even have an organized name as a rebellion besides just being the rebels or the rebellion, would not have developed like a advanced ranking system, and they're just doing things in a more informal way. And a lot of this is foreshadowed by the end of chapter 10, which has him where he finds a bottle of whiskey in one of the drawers of the desk in his new office. And he's starting to enjoy the bottle of whiskey. And I want that bottle of whiskey to be representative of a lot of these benefits of leadership that he gets that nobody else does, right? And be representative of that path and his search for more whiskey, of him not quite drinking the Kool-Aid, but more of him feeling the effects of leadership, because it talks about, like, there's that old phrase that power corrupts. And in this instance, I want the main character to like toe that line, walk that edge of that moment where the power is starting to get to him. I don't want him to go over and start like actually abusing his power. But I want him to start feeling that line, feeling the presence of that line. Mm-hmm. Exactly, Nabaru. But he's just finished negotiating. He's just finished negotiating a deal in order to get work, in order to get the refugees working, so they can start earning their keep and better their situation. Okay. You have a secondary, main, or close friend advisor make comments or have the main character remember various facts, any of which can keep them humble and harder to corrupt. That's also possible, Nabiru. Yeah, that's also very true, Okusen. Um, like it, Code Geass, Lelouch uses uh some very questionable methods towards his goal, and Lelouch tries to justify it because he's saying what's going on is so horrible that anything I do in response is justified. But like that doesn't necessarily work. And that's also really important, um not just in fiction but in real life, um to surround yourself with people that um will not blindly accept that you're doing the right thing. Having people around you who will question um like having people around you who question what you're doing and make you like not quite defend your position, but make you make sure that you're doing the right thing for the right reason, I think is very helpful and healthy. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I say Tim was taken care of. He knew that the revolution required drastic measures because they were facing drastic odds, and that he was willing to do whatever it took, but he loses sight of some things in the meantime. Yeah. Discipling. Okay, Tim is taking over discipling Jonah. Okay. And see, this is one of those instances where different people can watch the same thing and come with different answers out of it. And it is possible for people to disagree. What I do ask is that you are respectful of each other, which I think both of you are stand-up people. So having a disagreement on a show can lead to some very interesting discourse and great communication. Mm. You're also natively a contrarian person, Nabiru, aren't you? Just need to turn the character away? Okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. How far are you into Code Geass, Okusen? I remember you said you were still watching through it. I'm wondering if I'm like skipping over too much stuff, if I should have this represented in a conversation. Because like this is kind of like an overview exposition, but I could be giving this information through a conversation and creating a character. Yeah, let's change this up and turn this into um an actual conversation instead of going into exposition mode. Wasn't there a movie that takes place after season 2? There's multiple movies. Okay. Yimothy. Ooh, that sounds fun, Okusen. I was ready for a break from the series, but knowing how it ends makes me feel satisfied with only watching season 1. Not that the ending is bad, I've just gotten what I wanted out of it. Okay. I think everyone knows the thing that everyone knows in Code Geass is that it's sponsored by Pizza Hut. Was it Pizza Hut or Domino's? What was the pizza that CC always? Pizza Hut. Yeah. I have no idea what you're talking about, Nabiru. Hmm. What scene? Okay. All right. I'm just gonna assume it's something you buy. Um, kind of. I feel like I don't like. So I wanted to turn one of my past campaigns into a story, but I never got around to writing it. Um, and I don't think I've ever actually sat down and written out like a story based on one of my campaigns or anything like that. So I can't say that there's been like direct references, but I feel like in some ways my tabletop experiences shape uh some of my storytelling techniques, if that makes any sense. Oh, also, oh, Gusen, do you see what I named this character? Came up with a new name. Yimothy. Okay. What do you mean I just lied to you? Like, I write notes for my things, but I don't think I've ever sat down and wrote like a novel out. Like, the Jonah in this story is not the Jonah from our campaign. I just like the name. uh, okay. I like this better because I was gonna tell all of this data through just like one paragraph of exposition, but I like introducing this character Yimothy and actually giving that data in the form of a conversation. I like that better. It feels more natural, and I think it keeps the pace moving. Oh my gosh, a string of the stream elements stuff. Mhm. Okay. All right. Got Yimothy. Then moving on. And then this part here is where it starts to get spicy. Not spicy, maybe spicy is not the right word. But where members of the rebellion and the leadership claim they want to hear more of John's message. But what they want is to learn more about Jesus and to learn more about Jesus's mech and to learn new ways in order to destroy their enemies. So they're going to pretend to listen. They're going to offer expensive foods and other things in an attempt to manipulate John. And he's going to fall for it at first. But once they realize that he doesn't have the answers they're seeking, at some point they're going to drop him. Yeah, I haven't dealt with that in a while since a couple chapters ago. And that's one other thing. I don't want to spend too much time on the in-between stuff. I want to make sure these stories are action-packed and are going to be filled with lots of action sequences that have Jesus doing cool stuff in the mech, and then each battle I want to be more complex and complicated than the one before it. I want there to be some new element added to each battle, so it's not just Jesus shows up and throws one punch and the thing falls over. I want there to be multiple layers to each battle. But I realize it's been dealing with all this like political stuff for like 2 chapters, so it's really easy to forget about that. What did I name the other characters? Letty and Homer, that's what they were. Let me see. Uh, I really need to fix my mouse. Well, I need to replace my mouse. My mouse wheel has been like doing weird stuff, but like it costs money, and like it's money I don't really have right now. And I know exactly what mouse I want to buy, which is the exact same mouse I currently have. I've had this mouse for years, and it's worked fine, but it's finally taken so much abuse that it's worn down. Yeah. All right, you have yourself a good nap, Okusan. I hope you have a good night at work. If I want a jump scare, oh no. What did you do, Okusen? What is that face? I'm so confused. I'm presuming it's something from Code Geass. Okay, the main villain, Nina. Did she just smash a table? Like, I don't understand. Like, tables get smashed all the time. I don't know. Or did she do something you buy? Did she do something naughty to the table? Hey, Tibonius. How was your birthday, Tibonius? Oh, sounds like anime level crazy. Mm. Oh goodness, Okusan. Hmm. I think I've seen like most of season 1. No, don't hack my new computer, Okusan. Why did I call the vehicles? TAC V is what I called them. TAC Vs. I have to remember my own naming conventions because it's been so long since I dealt with the vehicle arc. Alright. The player characters are hired by a wealthy merchant to investigate strange happenings at its isolated country estate. Upon arriving, they discover that the mansion is haunted by the vengeful spirits. Ooh, no, not vengeful spirits. Vengeful spirits of the merchant's ancestors who were murdered for their wealth and power. Player must decide whether to help lay the spirits to rest or try to use their powers for their own gain. Ooh. I mean, I know my character would honestly try to help the spirits find their rest because that would be more important than trying to use the spirits for their own gain. So that one doesn't seem as challenging on the surface unless there's more to it. Uh, okay. Yeah, to someone like Kevin, that would be an actual challenging thing. So this is one instance where the main character has been invited to a command meeting, and this is where he's feeling the leadership thing. And he's kind of he kind of starts to let things get to his head, because again they're trying to ply him and almost bribe him with good food and respect in order to try to get some of the secrets of how Jesus's mech works, because they're hoping that he can tell them some of the things that they haven't found out already, to try to gain a new way to fight the divine beasts. Need to come up with names for the 3 other members of the leadership team besides Ben. But I want to give them normal sounding names. Whereas the other characters in the rebellion and the people who are being rescued from being the divine beasts all have like unique and very almost bizarre sounding names. I want to give the leaders of the rebellion these very normal, mundane sounding names. So let's go with Jared. We'll use Kevin just because that name's on my mind. Goblins are attacking a newly constructed dam. The party is hired to stop them. The goblins claim the dam caused their underground homes to flood. If the dam is broken, the town will be hit by a wave. Ooh, dams are always like difficult in moral dilemmas, because in order to make a dam, you have to destroy one area in order to save another. All right. Okay. Um, so it's funny because like I think food is kind of a big. I can see where that would be very similar to my Sunday campaign, where food is a very big motivating factor, right? In the previous parts of the story, when it talked about them going to the mess hall, they were generally eating things that could be very mass produced easily, like chili and rice. Um, what what else did I have them eating? Uh, yeah, they had chili and rice. Then they had for breakfast. They had eggs and sausage. Hmm. Yeah, they had hot dogs and mac and cheese. Right. So they were eating. Yeah. And in this instance, he's getting a command meal. He's getting spare ribs and asparagus and wild rice. Even his vegetables are fancy with a thick steak sauce. Okay. 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 Let me look at how he did last time. Ah. All right. Yeah, he just said, "Jesus, I need you." Yeah. In this instance, right, this character Jared is kind of chuckling, is saying it's more about the person than the words. What the main character doesn't know is that um before he got here, these characters were taking bets um as to how it was that he called Jesus, what it was that allowed him to call Jesus. And Jared's bet was that it was the person, it was because of a personal contract he'd made with Jesus to be Jesus' prophet, than the actual words themselves. Um and Jared is laughing because he won that bet. It's not a major detail, but I think it's funny. As much time as I take between writing, I'll probably forget that I even put that detail in there. Um, but actually, I'll probably have him explain it. Ugh. Okay. Okay. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, so this is the point when they're extending this. They're extending the invitation to him and saying, "Hey, we do these command dinners once every few weeks. You're more than welcome to join us. And if you come to the command dinner, this enticement of this extra food and knowing what's going on the base, having this information is just this powerful currency of knowing what's going on. Because for so long, John has just been a grunt, piloting his mech, doing his menial labor, doing his tasks, and has only known what his direct commander has told him. But then now, actually getting the chance to know more about what's going on at the base, is a powerful, enticing treasure for him. I'm actually wondering if that's far enough to end the chapter. First, let me save. No, I still have some more space. That's only 1,700 words. So I'll probably want to get another like 250 more words in for this chapter. And this is also a point where they're kind of setting him up to fail, where they're telling him, hey, you need to be the leader, you need to give you need to be the one giving the orders to the new recruits, to the new pilots. And they're saying it's going to endear him to the pilots, but what it's going to actually do is it's going to make the pilots think he's not so much bossy as much as he's out of his depth, because he has limited leadership experience. He's still understanding what it means to lead a religious group, and but he does have combat experience, but he's usually following orders, and there's a big difference. I don't want him to begin to wonder why they brought him here. I want him to be like naive and thinking uh, that uh, that they're really interested in his command decisions and his input, when in reality they're not. Okay. I think that's enough to end the chapter right there. I like doing these short chapters, but I want to make sure that I'm actually having some body to the chapter. Yep, that's perfect. And it's right on time, too. Let's see how many words we actually wrote tonight. All right, what is it that will really boggle the mind? What is it, Nabiru? 1674 words for tonight. That wasn't bad. So about 1,700 words. Yeah, it's not often a plot point, but it's important when it gets featured. Let me make some notes real quick. Yeah, I know what you mean, Nabiru. Uh, you're not wrong, Nabiru. I'm making some notes, and I'll go over what I'm making notes of in a second. Yeah, it is really it is a mess, Nabiru. Ah. Actually, can I put notes in this? No. Cause I know I can put notes in Google Docs. can just put the notes directly in the thing. Comments. There we go. Oh, that's exactly where I wanted this. Cool. Awesome. Okay. Cool. There's that note. I wish I could right click add a note. What is it? Control Shift or add comment. Control Alt C. Okay. Okay. That actually fits just fine in there. Okay. Because the comments changed the way the page was centered, but it works out just fine. So now I don't need that. I was gonna put it in a notepad thing, but I was like, can I just put it in as a comment in the actual thing? Because then I can go back and read them as I'm editing. Was there anything else I wanted here to make a comment on before I ended? Oh yeah, let's make a comment on so this I want the drinking to be like his own human weaknesses and faults represented in the drinking. Because it's going to be a thing he's doing while he's still clinging to his flesh, and he's going to be enjoying the moment until he eventually has to let go of it. Because that's going to come around where he's going to be at a command meeting and they're going to be like, do you want more whiskey? We left that there as kind of a present or whatever, right? And they're going to want stuff from him, want him to ask Jesus for certain things in exchange for more whiskey, in exchange for better food, in exchange for certain creature comforts. They're going to want him to ask Jesus for certain things. Okay. 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 Really getting tired of this mouse. All right. Let's wind down for the night. Alrighty. Got about almost 1,700 words done. I think that was a pretty good night. Let's change up the playlist a little bit. Still Lofi Girl, but let's do the Sleep and Chill 2 playlist. All right. Okay. Let's see. That was pretty good. So what's everybody doing this week? I got a doctor appointment tomorrow, and then I have another one on Wednesday, but the one tomorrow is in the office. The one on Wednesday is going to be over the phone. So that's nice. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I've got doctor's appointments this week. Gonna hopefully get a new bed this week. Hopefully. Um, I just found out one of my favorite uncles passed away, which is completely shocking because he was in pretty good health when I left Florida, but it's been like, over 10 years and stuff changes, people go through life, and it's just so weird to know that he's gone. Um like last I heard he was in the hospital with something. I don't even know what he was in the hospital with, but then it was just like, oh, just saw one of my and it was my uncle who like doesn't do stuff on Facebook, doesn't really have an online social media presence because he was older. Um so like I had to find out through one of my cousins. So that happened. Um as for the stream on Friday, probably gonna be I'm probably gonna be playing Legend of Dragoon because I haven't done that in a few weeks. And I want to keep that. I want to keep that moving. I want to keep that moving. Yeah, why? I just see like there's this person I follow on Twitter that's just been posting this unhinged stuff, and I'm like, why do I follow you? All right, let's see if there's any cool memes. Any cool memes to share and talk about before we wind down for the night? Oh my gosh, I found one that Taboni has shared. How long does a stick of deodorant last for you? Usually 3 or 4 bites. Why do I even bother? Okay. So it's funny. There was a moment where in my Lancer game on Sunday, it would have been very like poignant and like meaningful for one of the characters to curse, but the thing is I try not to curse, right? So I don't curse unless I absolutely have to, and like playing in a game, that's not a point where I have to, right? And my players have never really noticed that I don't curse, right? But when it was very pointed this NPC didn't curse, they're like, oh no, did we get like the most innocent henchman ever? He doesn't curse at all. I'm like, well, I don't curse, so he's not gonna curse. And it was just really funny how that came out. because they were kind of ruining the life of one of the bad guy's henchmen. Yeah, so Okusen's character was like trapped in the room and needed a way to get out. And one of the guards came to the door and was like, "Hey boss, we found the ghost of such and such person. We're chasing it down," when they're really chasing down Okusen's character's drone that was running around. And yeah, it's like a comedy with a stupidly long name. And like they convinced, they discovered that they were able to manipulate this person because they have this dragon that follows them around. That whenever it speaks to them, it speaks in the voice of someone they care about, usually who they care about most. And they got the dragon to speak to the guard, and they chanced it and lucked out that this guard cares about his boss, and his boss's voice is the one he heard when the dragon was speaking. And then they convinced this guard that the boss had abandoned them to go to the dimension of the dead in order to be with his ex-wife that they all thought he was afraid was going to haunt him. And whenever the guard asked why the boss would abandon them, they're like, "I bet you didn't know that your boss had a kid." He's like, "What?" Okay. Uh. Okay. I'm looking for other memes to share. But yeah, we got a pretty good thing done. We got done with chapter 11. We're moving on to chapter 12. We're almost to the halfway point of the book, which will be interesting. I'm planning out each thing 3 chapters at a time, which is nice. I might get some more writing in. Probably gonna eat something as soon as I'm done with this stream. Yeah, it is kind of tricky. The reason why I'm planning things out every 3 chapters in 3 chapter blocks is because I want to like let my creativity grow and let the story unfold um based on what I come up with, instead of having like a rote schedule and then trying to adhere to that schedule the entire time. Okay. All right, let's see if there's any other memes. I have no idea. That's a horrifying image. Oh, okay. Here, let me show you this image I'm looking at. So it's a picture of two ratchet wrenches with their parts falling out of them, and the caption says, "Why do these parts keep falling out of my hammers?" And when I first saw it, I'm like, "Oh, I don't know why that's falling." Then I saw it was broken. I'm like, "What?" And then I reread the caption, and I'm like, "Oh, this person's using these as a hammer in order to bang down on stuff, and which is why their wrenches are falling apart." And I'm like, "That's a really expensive hammer." Some of the comments are funny. Someone posted a picture of an adjustable wrench, said this is an adjustable hammer. Someone else says, because you're supposed to put a softener between the hammer head and the object you're hammering, fingers contain the right consistency to be softeners. That's a metric hammer. You need a standard hammer. You need the standard hammer. But I do like. I think my favorite is every tool is a hammer, but hammers are not every tool. I like that one. Someone said I had that problem once. I welded the thing solid. Never had that problem since. Which would be funny until you realize it's a ratchet, so it's supposed to move. Because they're left-handed. That's good. Who got them to buy that thinking it's a hammer? Well, the joke is if you can't find your hammer, everything, you can just use anything as a hammer. Oh my gosh, someone said the nail was probably stripped, messed up your hammer. I gotta share this on. I know exactly which Discord I need to share this image on. Anyway, there's been enough dead air going on in this stream. I need to go get something to eat because I haven't eaten in a while, and probably get ready to go to bed. Um. Okay. Sorry, just tired. Just been really tired lately. And I'm gonna go to the doctor, and I know exactly what my doctor's gonna say. My doctor's gonna be like, "You need to go out and walk more," and I'm gonna be like, "Ma'am, it's 100 degrees outside. Excuse you." And also, I don't live in a safe part of town. I told my housemates that I had a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and one of them's like, "Look who you're related to. There's no help for you," and I'm like, "Okay." That's a joke that they keep saying that there's no help for them. They're all too crazy. There's no help for anybody, and I'm like, "There's help for everybody." I know they're trying to laugh about their own brokenness and trying to make jokes about and make light about it, but like there's still hope. There's always hope. Anyway, on that heavy note, let's wind down for the night. Got almost 1,700 words done tonight, which was nice. Not up to my 2,000. I wanna get back in the swing of things, but like I also want to do more gaming streams. So that means that I'm gonna have to do more writing off stream. But we'll see how that goes. But anyway, so for those of you who don't know, I like to say nice things and positive affirmations about my viewers at the end of stream. I like to speak positive, good things into their lives in order to encourage them and tell them how much I think that they're amazing. Let me just go up to the top here. So we got Okusen, Silva, Nabiru. I know Tibonius was here. Was there anybody else here tonight? Silva, Nabiru, Okusen, Tibonius, and anyone else who watched the stream and didn't say anything, and anyone who watches this VOD afterwards, I want to say I love all of you, and I believe in each and every one of you. I think that each one of you is truly special, one of a kind, and unique. I believe that each of you has a precious, unique energy that only you can bring to everything you do. I think that each and every one of you makes this world a better place by living in it, and I'm grateful every day to live in a world with you in it. Thank you for coming to my stream. Thank you for being a part of this community, and thank you for just being amazing. Always remember the Star Hunter motto: shoot for the stars, have wonderful adventures, live your dreams, and always stop to enjoy the memes. I do ask that you like the stream. It helps the algorithm with getting it out to other people. Lets me know what people like and what people are watching. Well, it doesn't tell me who's watching, but it tells me that people are watching. And if you have any, I'm always looking to add more people to the community and to expand and have more people here in chat. If you know anyone who you think might enjoy my content or would enjoy being a part of the stream, feel free to show them my content or invite them to the next stream. Next stream is going to be Friday, 8:30 p.m. EST. Probably going to be a gaming stream. We'll see what happens. And yeah, like I said, if you have any friends, family, neighbors, co-workers, arch nemesis, arch enemy, super villains, super friends that you think might enjoy my content, just let them know. If you want to keep up with what I'm doing here on YouTube, you can subscribe and ding the notification bell. It'll let you know whenever I go live or when I release any new content. If you want to know what's going on in my life outside of the YouTubes, you can follow me on Twitter or join my Discord. Links to both of those are in the description down below. Always looking forward to having new people joining the community. Also, I want you all to know that I do this as a hobby. I never want any of you to feel pressure to donate and to give. I never want any of you to think that you absolutely have to or that you are required to. I'd never want anyone to feel like they have to donate to be part of this community or to feel like they have to give money to be welcome here. You are all welcome here. Just your time, your attention, your energy is a wonderful payment enough. With that said, if you ever feel motivated and are in a safe financial place to donate to improve the stream, to improve my life, to help me out with any number of things, you are welcome to do so. And there are links where you can do that down in the description below. Have yourself a wonderful night, and I want you to know that I'm amazing. Well, you're amazing. I hope I'm amazing. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Next stream is going to be Friday, 8:30 p.m. EST. Good night, everybody.